everyone, it's Moose. Thank you so much for joining me back here. It's time to finally read War of Two Queens. This is book 4 of the Blood and Ash series. Came out today. I have not started reading it, even though there's a bookmark in here, which I'll get to in just a second. That's what this reading log is going to be about. I'm going to read this, do my thoughts and impressions on it as we read through. This will be full of spoilers, so if you are planning on reading the series and you haven't yet, you don't want spoilers for the book yet, don't watch this video yet. Maybe come back when you've read it. Otherwise, I'm going to read this. I have coffee brewing, decaf, because I just want to sit on my couch and read a book, right? I just want to sit down and read and be cozy, and it's bedtime for my kiddos and my husband's not home. So it's a perfect night to do so. First impressions, first of all, 2 things I want to talk about. One, there's a name chart in here that I didn't notice in the first couple of books. I have the first ones. Let me see. Okay, here's my Crown of Gilded Bones copy. No, there's not a name chart in here. And let me say, I think I know why she put one in this book, because apparently I've been pronouncing these names completely wrong. Just for example, Penelope apparently is not Penelope. It's Penelope with like an F-E-E at the end. According to this pronunciation guide. Penelope Balfour. There's no L after the F though in her name, so why would it be Balfour? That doesn't make any sense to me. So apparently I would say Penelope Balfour. According to this pronunciation chart, it's Penelope Balfour. At least I got Castile right. Castile is still the same. According to this is really messing with me, because Malik and Malik apparently are switched according to this. So Malik Omir, which was the god, right, is Malik Omir. According to this, M-A-L-E-E-K, Malik, right? According to this, Castile's brother, which I thought was pronounced Malik, it's Malik. So the god's name is Malik. His brother's name is Malik. My coffee pot's done. Beforehand though, I was saying Malik and Malik. So it's Malik and Malik. Malik and Malik. I'm probably not going to stick to that. I feel bad saying that, because I know that these authors put a lot of time and thought into the names. I just feel like it's a little too late to put a pronunciation chart for names that have been in the books 3 times now, right? So I'll try. Malik and Malik. Malik and Malik. Sammy, you're supposed to be in bed. I just heard feet shuffling and he came walking into the kitchen. I'm gonna go put him back to bed. Anyways, like I was saying, it's gonna be really hard for me because I've always pronounced Malik's name as Malik. So now it's kind of flip-flopped. I know I'm probably being confusing. It's gonna be confusing in my head as well. So that's the first thing I wanted to point out. Second thing, I'm already excited. I haven't even read like the first sentence other than the pronunciation chart. At least I assume it's dual perspective, because the first one is Castile's perspective. The first chapter is Castile's perspective. Multiple POV is one of my favorite things, especially in books that involve more than one romantic character. So I'm so excited for this. I did not know it was going to have Castile's point of view. I'm so excited. Right off the bat too, chapter 1. Alright, I'm going to go make a cup of coffee and get to it. Here we go. Okay, I just made it to chapter 6, page 92, and Poppy just received Castile's finger in a box with his wedding band on it. And I told myself, I was like, all right, I'm going to finish this chapter and then I'm going to go to bed because it's like 11:30 at night. And then that happened. So now I'm going to read the next chapter, and then I was looking ahead, and chapter 7 is from Castiel's point of view. So of course I'm going to have to read that one too. It's going to be a long night. But so far I'm liking it. Books with Ange told me that I should have read, what is it? Shadow in the Ember, maybe? The other series in the Blood and Ash world, about Nyktos and his consort. I should have read that one, because apparently it goes in between A Crown of Gilded Bones and this one. I did not do that. So the talk about Nyktos and his consort is kind of going over my head a little bit. I feel like I would know what they were talking about if I had read that book. So I probably will go back and read that at some point, but I'm not too worried about it right now. As of right now, I'm liking it. It's kind of slow. Not a whole lot has happened, and I'm almost 100 pages in. So I'm hoping the pace picks up. If this is not the last book, I'm going to be a little mad. It better be the last book. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. I'm out and about today. I just finished at 2nd and Charles. Ellie was so cute in there. She was talking to me while I was looking at all the books. Not enough Castiel in this so far. There's only been like 2 chapters / sections. The last thing that I talked about last night with him having like his own point of view coming up only ended up being a little section of a chapter. It wasn't an entire chapter, which was kind of disappointing. I just want more of his point of view. I want more of his. I find myself liking the male perspective usually a little bit better than female perspectives, just in general. I don't know why that is, but I want more of it. In terms of plot, like I said last night, it's still a little slow. I'll probably have a little bit of time to read here in a minute. And there we go. All right. See you later. Hey guys. I didn't get any reading done today. It's been a wild day. And I'm ready to go to bed. I'll tell you exactly where I left off last night. Page 117. 117, that's where I'm at. I'm back on Poppy's point of view. I think I mentioned that earlier, that Castiel was only just a section of that chapter. I did get my hair done. It's not blonde, but it's got like blonde in it now. I've never bleached my hair before, so this was a new for me. I just wanted to try something new. But I went to 2nd and Charles, did all that. I mentioned in one of my other clips that I bought some books and maybe we're going to do a book haul. And then I was driving somewhere else and I was like, I would really like some lunch. And I went to reach for my wallet, which I thought was in my passenger seat. No, it was not. And it wasn't in the parking lot when I went back to look. It's not in my back seat. It's not in the trunk of my car. It wasn't in the diaper bag. I lost my wallet today. And spent like 3 hours running around town looking for it. By the time I got to where I was going and realized it was gone, and I ran back to look for it, and I went back into the store to look for it, and I went into the restaurant that was beside our 2nd and Charles and asked them, hey, has anybody turned in a wallet? And they said no. Yeah, it was an eventful day. It was kind of stressful. And it's already 11:30. I had to do some work tonight after the kids went to bed. And now it's 11:30. No reading for me today. But so far, so good. Anyways, hope you're doing good. I hope I have more to talk about reading-wise tomorrow. It's the next day. Guys, I have excellent news. I got an email from the police department saying my wallet had been found and someone turned it in, and I'm so thankful. I already canceled my cards, like my debit card and my credit card, but this means I don't have to like go through the hassle of getting a new license. I'm so thankful. Praise God. It's been such a better day today. I still didn't get to read last night. I just went ahead and went to bed. But both kids are sleeping. So great when both kids are napping at the same time. So I am going to go ahead and read some of this, and then I'm going to go mow the grass when my son wakes up because he likes to go outside. It really needs mowed. Mowing grass in the middle of March. That's Georgia for you. Don't like it. It's still snowing back home where I'm from. I'm from West Virginia. And they're still getting snow right now, so they're not mowing their grass. But that's on my agenda for today. So yeah, gonna read until they wake up. Gonna mow. Hopefully I have something to update you with later tonight. I just want to say this real quick. Ellie's awake and having fun. This isn't what I want to say. I just want to show her because she's cute. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, she loves to kick and bounce herself. What I was gonna say, Kieran's gonna die. I see it coming. Okay, I just finished chapter 10, where Castell and Malik are talking. His brother. I'm still like shook about these names. I'm having to shift everything in my mind. I'm just gonna stick with Malik for the god that Isbeth is in love with. I'm not gonna call him Malik because I spent this whole time calling Cass's brother Malik. So I'm gonna say Malik and Malik. That's it. I just finished a chapter where they're talking. I'm calling it right now. I think I said this in my Crown of Gilded Bones vlog. Malik is the guy that was at Poppy's, I don't know what you would call it. When she got attacked by Craven, and her parents died. Yeah, that was him. I'm calling it right now. I've said it before. I think it's even more ingrained in the story now. On to chapter 12. I did get some reading done last night. It's the next day. I'm still in my PJs. Besides the point, got some reading done last night. I just finished chapter 19, getting ready to start chapter 20. I'm almost halfway through the book, almost halfway. I feel like so much more needs to happen before the end of this book. If they're going to win the war, are they going to do the Heartmate trials, like all that kind of stuff. If this is not the last book in this series, I'm going to be kind of livid. I'm not going to lie. What else? Tawny woke up, told Poppy the full prophecy. They had their first battle scene, which was pretty cool. I like that one. The stuff in the temple with the kids broke my heart. Anything to do with children usually breaks my heart. Yeah, I struggle with that a little bit. I'm kind of mad because I feel like I'm missing out on things by having not read A Shadow in the Ember. There's so many allusions to the consort and just that kind of stuff that I feel like I'm missing something that I would understand a little bit better if I had read that one, but I didn't because it was supposed to be part of a different series, right? I'm actually mad at the author, publisher, whoever thought to make that a different series and then make it kind of important to this one. If I needed to read that one before I read this one, just make it part of this series. You know what I'm saying? Besides the point. I'm going to keep reading before my kids wake up. Couple things. One, looked it up. There's going to be like 6 books in the series. So this isn't the last one. I just wouldn't know what to expect because I finished the Crown of Gilded Bones as I was reading the Crown of Gilded Bones. I thought that was going to be the last one. And then I get to the end, I'm like, oh, there's going to be another one. And now there's going to be 2 more. Anyways, I got to the part where Poppy and Castell finally get to see each other. My heart broke. I really like Castell's points of view, though. I'm currently reading his point of view where Millicent is in his room and his inner monologue, his inner thoughts are hilarious to me. Hilarious. I'm gonna get back to it. This is where I'm at. I'm so tired. It's after midnight, but I'm over halfway through now. And I was going to stop at the beginning of of the next chapter. When I finish the chapter, see, I'm so tired. And then I turned the page and I saw it was a Castell section. And I was like, okay, just this one section. All right, bye. I hate how the glare on my glasses pops up. They just got Castell back. My heart is happy. I was really afraid they weren't going to in this book, that they were like gonna have to leave him behind again. Thankfully that didn't happen. They got him back, and I'm even more thankful that even after they got him back, I'm still getting a Castile point of view. I really prefer the male perspectives for some reason. I've just found that I do in general. This one, I've been reading a lot of rom-coms lately for some reason. I prefer the male perspectives in those as well. So I'm super happy that she didn't just stop giving me Castile's perspective once they were reunited. Hopefully this is not the last one and then doesn't stop throughout the whole book. But I guess we'll see. I just wanted to say they got him back and I'm happy about it. Two things. It's after 12. It's still the same night. But it's after 12 now, so I need to go to sleep. But the next chapter is also a Castile chapter. So I don't want to go to sleep, but I have church in the morning, so I need to go to sleep. That's the first thing. Second, I'm really hoping, if not this book, there's going to be 6 books. Did I say that already? So frustrating. If not this book, then in the next one or the one after that, whatever. If she does not take advantage of Millicent and Malik, whatever, his name is Malik and Malik, I can't get over it. She should have put a name chart in there before the 4th book, because that's just what I know them as in my head now. Anyways, there really needs to be like their perspectives in the book, I think, too. She really needs to write from at least Millicent's perspective. Maybe not Malik's, but at least Millicent's. I'm going to be kind of bummed if she doesn't. All right. When I read A Crown of Gilded Bones, I was like, I bet Malik's going to be the dark one. I was right. My dishwasher is going, so ignore that. I'm not the type of person to like look through a book and like skip through the pages and kind of get a glance of what's getting ready to happen, but I find myself doing it in this. I'll like skip over to the next page and look and see what's coming, or I'll go to the end of the chapter just to see how many pages I left and then start the next chapter while I'm still in the other chapter. So like I spoil what happens in the chapter because I know what's happening in the next chapter. It's getting on my nerves, but I can't help it. Slightly stressed. This book is giving me, I don't want to say anxiety because I don't want to make light of that, but I'm anxious reading this book, and I feel like a desperate hopelessness when reading it. It's kind of getting to me a little bit. I don't usually have problems like that, but I'm not happy. Is not. I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying the story, but I wouldn't say it's making me happy, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm glad I'm reading some other things along with this. I'm reading a bunch of rom-coms right now as I read through this one, and I'm glad for that because I feel like I need a bit of a break in between. There's just so much happening, and when sorry, my dog just sniffed really loud. It scared me. I thought one of my babies was waking up. Every time something gets resolved, something else happens, and they have to start from like ground zero. And I'm like, gosh, can we not just resolve something, please? Okay, that's the headspace I'm at right now. I am super close to being done. A little over 100 pages left. Okay, Kieran just got hurt, and I'm all for the joining and stuff. I personally don't want them to have like a threesome or anything like that. I don't really want to read that. I'm not comfortable with that. But I think it's going to happen. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I've said it once. I guess I'll say it again. I'm over the smuttiness. I just want to know what happens. That's all I want at this point. And I feel like since Cass wasn't in like the first half of this book, the first 3/4 of this book, whatever, she's really trying to make up for it now. Like every chapter. I just want to know what happens. Okay. All right. It's like 12:40. I just finished. My son woke up when I was in the middle of the final battle scene. And I was like, I have like 15 pages left. Why? But yeah. Okay. First of all, I'm hot and sweaty. I'm sweating in the creases of my elbows and my knees because everybody dies at the end. They come back to life. So it's not as like, but yeah, sweaty, worked up. I was sitting here like this, like hunched up reading, trying to get through it. I have to say this is not my favorite in the series. Just ending thoughts. Let's wrap up so I can go to bed. It's not my favorite in the series. I feel like it was kind of drawn out a little bit. The ending was definitely interesting. Once they started looking for Malik, and basically like the last 70-ish pages of the book were my favorite, I guess. I do like Jennifer L. Armentrout's endings. I think they're gripping, they're enticing, and they make me want to read the next book. So I do like the endings of most of her books in this series, and it was probably my favorite part of this one. I am looking forward to the next one. It kind of just took a twist in the opposite direction. Now that Isbeth is gone, we kind of have someone new to go after. Poppy's monologue, Poppy's just narration in general has changed a lot from the first book to this one, and I think it's really apparent in this one. I think it's been gradual enough to be believable, but it's definitely apparent in this one. She sounds a lot like Cass in this one. Her language has gotten a little more vulgar. She's a lot more direct. She's not as timid. You can just see the development in her word choices. In this one especially, I think, which I commend. Good job being able to show character development just through word choice. I think that's good. I didn't really like the joining part. Made me feel a little uncomfortable. Whenever I go back to reread these, I'll probably just skip that chapter if I'm being honest. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. I still like Kieran. That's not to say I don't like his character. I do really like his character. I like his character even more after reading this book. He's a very important character in this one, especially. I like Malik. I'm anxious to see how things go with Millicent in the next book, especially in terms of Millicent and Malik, and then Millicent and Poppy. I'm excited to see the relationships. I'm just excited to see more of her character, in all honesty. I know there's going to be heartmate trials. If not the next one, then I guess the last one. There was alluded that Castile and Poppy's kids would also be primals, so maybe we'll get some kiddos at some point in one of the remaining books. I think I've done a fair job of spewing my thoughts out as I read. I don't know that I really have anything else to say about it. I do feel like I missed out on a lot of references and allusions, having not read A Shadow in the Ember. I did buy the ebook copy, so I do plan on reading it, and maybe I can kind of fill in the pieces a little bit as I read through that one. But I feel like the ending of this book kind of just like tied everything in together, if that makes sense. So I don't know, we'll see if it helps. I bought it, so I'm going to read it anyways. Yeah, pretty good. If I had to rate them right now, Crown of Gilded Bones is probably my favorite. This one and A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire are probably tied, and then From Blood and Ash is probably at the bottom. So it's kind of like a diamond, I guess. Gilded Bones, the Flesh and Fire in this one, and then From Blood and Ash. That's probably how it goes. I hope I like the other ones better. I hope they aren't as drawn out as this one was. I just feel like the beginning, like the first 2/3 of the book was kind of drawn out. Not a whole lot happens in this one. They like start taking over the cities. They go get Castile, which was really drawn out. They come back. They go find Malik. And then the ending. I mean, there's not a whole lot of like huge bullet points. There was a lot of stuff in between. Oh well. I do hope she continues giving me some of Castile's perspective. His inner monologue is so funny to me. Yeah, I hope we get multiple point of views in the other 2 books as well. I would really like something from Millie. I would really like a point of view from her character coming up. I'm just a sucker for multiple point of views anyways. I just enjoy that in general when I'm reading. I think that's it. So yeah. Thanks for joining me on this reading vlog. I hope you read the book before you watch this. I warned you there were spoilers. So I hope you read the book first. If not, maybe this give you a good enough insight as to whether you should read this one or not. Thank you for joining me for all of my random thoughts and outbursts while I was reading through this. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe down below and leave a comment. You guys are awesome. I am so thankful for you. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm sure this is going to be long. And we'll meet back here next time. See ya! I'm so tired. It's like 1 o'clock. My baby's sleeping though, so at least she's asleep. I'm rambling at this point. Alright, bye.